Hello and welcome back to Pixel Perfect, episode 50. Oh my goodness, we are on episode 50, and this is landing on the New Year's. So happy New Year! I hope everyone's having a great New Year's, and that you're not watching this with a massive hangover from last year or last night. But we are going to today finish up all of the Ficsmas stuff. We still need to get a few things in production, and things like getting the snowballs running and get some machines up for the things that we took down, the bows and whatnot, and just kind of tie everything up. And of course, we need to put walls and a roof on Santa's workshop and just kind of finish decorating and everything. So we do still have a lot to do, and I definitely want to get it all knocked out today. And we do have a bunch of things left in the advent calendar to unlock, but we're going to hold off until the end of the episode so that, when I usually record these over multiple days, and of course it is not the end of the month yet, and so there are some doors that will still need to be unlocked. And I'm going to try to time it so that I can record the outro on New Year's Eve, so that I believe we'll be able to unlock everything. So if you want to see what else is in the advent calendar, be sure to catch the end of the episode. And since you're still here at the beginning of the episode, because most people cut out before the end, the New Year's coming around. It'd be awfully nice if some of you regular viewers who haven't subscribed would maybe click that button. It's free. And it helps out a lot because there are some milestones to go as a small-time YouTuber, and the only way we get there is through your guys' help. So it would be much appreciated. But anyway, I'm going to stock up the train and head to the Dunes Desert so we can finish up this project, and I will see you guys there. Here we are, back at Santa's workshop. This has been a labor of love. I've really enjoyed doing this event. We need to probably replace some of these candy canes with wreaths now that we can actually make those, though we probably don't have the material on hand to do so. We'll worry about that in a minute. So today we want to, of course, get all the walls on the outside. We also want to get walls on the inside. This needs to turn into a hallway. We need to be able to connect all of these different areas without, requiring flying. So these, we have doors in place to go into rooms that don't exist yet. The machines are there, but the walls aren't. And, there are some things that need to be closed off. Like, we don't need, regular access to these belts. So we'll probably, just close them off. We might add, a door, let's say maybe here, just for maintenance, right? And beyond that, or it'll be closed off. It doesn't need to be seen. Because there's no access point to it. And I think that we are going to replace the candy canes on this. I was thinking that maybe just using the gift packets. I thought also maybe about snowballs, but snowballs would, thematically would melt. But I just want something a little bit more visible. So that's something else we're going to handle today. But we also need first find out where we are going to stuff the remaining machines, how many of them that we're going to place, because the machines that aren't in place are not critical for the production line. Things like the bows and whatnot, and the snow. And we need to find a place to store things that we're not storing. I think that we've got most things set up to store. Over here, take a look. So we have candy canes and copper, iron, we have the branches. So, all of these are splitting off of the production lines. That way, if we ever need any for any purpose, then we already have them. But we don't have storage for the higher tier items like the bundles and the decorations. And we do, of course, have it for the stars there at the end. So maybe what we'll do is, I think what we'll do probably is put a couple more storages down the end and we can just have the bundle line right here overflow, and we can, you know, get a splitter off of this and just carry them both over, and probably, you know, just drop down a couple more containers somewhere around here. We can just deliver them to the end. Be something like that. I think that'll work out pretty well. All right, I'm going to map out some space for production. I think maybe over here, so that we can make this wing a little bit wider, make it look a little bit better. And you know, primarily focus on getting the walls up, getting it to look a little bit nicer. I don't want it to just be a bland, you know, flat wall. So we'll see what we can do to decorate it and get a nice snowy roof over this whole thing. So I'll bring you guys back in after I've expanded this area and start getting some things running, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, I think we're at a good point here for an update. I was just going to keep going on you know, I think before I seal the whole thing up, I need to kind of show you where we're at after that time lapse. And I've done a lot more. So we have our storage for the last 3 items. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head which one's which. But one of these will be actual snow, one will be snowballs, and one will be bows. And we put all the new things in the same place, all in the wing. And as you can see, I'm walling everything off. The brown is an exterior wall. This kind of soft blue will be the interior walls. And you can see I'm still building walls, I'm still painting. I have to paint everything manually because it's a custom swatch. So I can't assign it and then just, you know, build the walls. So this has been a little arduous. But it's coming together, and I wanted to show you kind of the design that I came together with. I want to leave this kind of open, nice warehouse here. I like this a lot. And this will be our bows right here. And as you saw in the time lapse, we have everything coming around the outside of the building. I thought it'd be nicer to run it around the outside, you know, to keep with that kind of the theme of running the product that we're in a visible place from the outside. And so we'll have packages coming in and turning into actual snow. The actual snow will then wrap around and it'll pass through to make snowballs. Now, of course, this will not use up all the actual snow. And so it will keep on going until it passes through and then heads off to storage. And then the snowballs will all make their way into here. I think all I need to do is connect the packages, or the gifts, I guess, to right here. How did I want to do that? It's going to be this one right here, I think. So we will split. Nice up the middle. There we go. That way we can. Wait a minute. Did I? Oh, I didn't run this yet. I'm all over the place, I'm telling you. There we go. Put that down there. And we'll do, I think I need Mark 3. Come on, come on. Would you please cooperate? Thank you. We'll know real quick here because we can just look at this. There we go. Yeah, it's Mark III. Excellent. And reconnect this. There. That's there. Let's reskin the one that was already skinned. There we go. I'll get back here and do the walls, but so that's going to be all the packages going outside, and then we'll see the product coming back on the inside. All right, we are here just in time to see the packages arriving. They'll also split and come upstairs, and that's where the bows will go. And again, you know, I decided not to wall off or floor off all this just because I really like this. I like kind of having a mezzanine up here where you can peer down and see what's going on. I think that's pretty cool. And that's why I put windows on some of the mid-levels so that you can kind of, you know, someone elsewhere in the production can look down and see what's going on in other parts of the factory. So we're going to see this running, and then once this all gets up and running, I'm going to get back to putting all the walls in place. I think that this is machine complete at this point. I think it's just a matter of, you know, all the walls and everything, and then we'll go outside and we'll walk through that area that you saw in the time lapse where we have all the trees and everything to kind of make it a little winter wonderland. I'm really happy with the way that came out. It's so nice. And it really breaks up the wall from the outside. You know, I kind of wanted to do a gradient on the wall where it's kind of a light brown and a darker brown, but it just really didn't come out well. I experimented with it before I built it, you know, before off camera, and it just really doesn't translate well at all. You know, sometimes you can, you know, like we did on the Tower of Power, but it's a massive scale, and since our, you know, our walls here, you know, are kind of they constitute pixels, and it's just, you need a really large scale for it to look better, and it didn't seem to work here. But that's fine. That's fine. You know, like I said, we put stuff on the outside, which broke up the wall and made it look much better. So I'm extremely happy with the way that it came out. All right, so that's all making its way. We have our snowballs on the line. Excellent. I'm gonna bump my head because there's now floor in the way and bows. Excellent. All right, very good. So I think, again, machine-wise, storage-wise, I think we now have everything complete. Everything should be able to run. We do now have the decorations and the bundles coming in up here. And this will be low enough so that the roof will not collide with it. And I don't know if I showed this last episode. I put this in here. Just a little way to kind of sneakily get behind here if you want to stare out the window. And yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving the way this project's coming out. But it is a lot of work, and I have a lot more to go just from all the walls and the painting, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough materials here. I've drained our storage over there, and then whatever we have left on the train, I might have to go back home for more materials. Whew. So close to being complete. All right, I'm gonna get all the rest of the walls in place and the roof. So let's get this finished. Still working, but I just wanted you guys to see this because it is so cool. Infinite Zoop is so nice. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. All right. So a quick aside from the Ficsmas thing that we're working on. You know, while I'm working on projects, I'm usually working on more than one thing off camera. And this, of course, is our 1.2 million cable storage setup that we need for our assembly director system. And since we're in the area, I decided to come over real quick and shift our train. You can see our train's gone, so that it'll start delivering over to here, because all the stuff that we need for this project, at least that is at home, is already on the station or on the train, just needs to be delivered. So I wanted it to be bouncing back and forth while I was working on the Ficsmas stuff. And I thought, you know, let's check on the cables while we're at it, see how close we are to having our 1.2 million cables. And you can see we're really far along. Those are backed up, which means all of that's already full. But I was looking at that and I thought, you know, This doesn't really look like, I mean, there's a lot of cables coming in, but that doesn't look like the kind of throughput that I would have set up. And I glanced over here and noticed a whole row of yellow lights. Now, mind you, we've got an obscene amount of hours into this production because of all the stuff we've been doing in the meantime. And so I came over here. You were to look at this, and look, there's nothing on the belts. These have never been running. You can see some on the bottom belts, but this floor has never run since we started this project. I forgot to connect the smelters to the rest of the line. Oh man, all this time, none of these have been running. Oh, that is painful. But, I mean, it kind of shows the resilience of the size of the project, the fact that we have gotten so much done already. And it kind of reinforces the idea that we don't have to AFK to complete projects, that we can set things up and we can go off and do other things and come back and let things run in tandem. And despite us not running at full capacity, we've still filled up a ton of these. So, well, now it'll get caught up a little bit more quickly, because I want this to fill up because we need to start this production. And it's kind of something I was kind of hoping to start next episode. If they're not full, though, we won't start it because we're not going to start until they're done. Anyway, I caught that, and I didn't want to, I don't like to sweep things under the rug. We make mistakes, and it just happened. And so I wanted to point it out and let you guys know about it. But I'm going to get back to the Ficsmas stuff. All right, Santa's workshop is complete. Well, nearly complete. If I can get this to work right. Let's see here. Consider myself pretty well. Okay, it disappeared. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. All right. I guess that works. All right. So before we go inside, I mentioned that we would do a walkthrough here of the little winter wonderland out here. Sorry, I'm very pleased with the way this kind of ate up the space. And it looks good. It looks good. It looks more or less natural. And we've got all of our products that we can see now on the outside. Just, it helps add animation to the whole thing, and it really makes a difference. So I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased with it indeed. As you can see, I replaced the candy canes with stars because we have a ton of stars now. It took so long that we are full on the storage for stars. Also, with the wreaths, I said I was going to replace some of the candy canes with wreaths. However, wreaths can only go on walls. They will not go on pillars. So, candy canes it is. All right. We're going to go on a little bit of a tour here. You've seen most of it through all the construction. This is kind of the... I joked that we need big double doors for Santa's sleigh, so this is kind of his runway. And we have most of the storage off to the sides that we can get to pretty easily. And ignore this, the door is painted. This is a bug in the game, unfortunately. The blue ornaments over here. These were all the default yellow, and then at some point they just magically turned to the color that I had already painted them. As you can see, the door is white because that's the secondary color. This is painted, and it's just the way it is. Fortunately, you can't do anything about it. That's all right. And we can walk down. We can see production through the windows, and you can see there's a little difference on this side versus this side, because this is the way that we actually get down to the lower floor, and all the production that's going on down there. We've seen all of this already, and then this is the way we can go upstairs. For people who can't fly with hover packs. And we have the railing so we can look down and see the production going. I imagine that supervisors, you know, will stare down at the elves working at the workstations, and this gives them kind of the management overview. You can see I said we are full on stars. I'm not running these into a sync because, you know, the numbers are exact to produce the stars. So they need to back up in order for these to overflow to a full backup. So I'm just gonna let it all fill up and then just leave it. Just leave it. I don't know, you know, maybe eventually I'll come back and put an overflow on it. And which also brings us to another subject. Obviously this all ends soon. Ficsmas gets shut off in the game. And I'm not thrilled about that because we put a lot of work into it and I like these decorations. So I do have a mod. It is not active at the moment, but there is a mod that reactivates Ficsmas. And I have downloaded it but not installed it. And we're going to wait until Ficsmas is over, and I'm going to try turning the mod on and see if it gives us access to all the recipes and lets the machines run without having packages falling from the sky. And here are our other storages. If the packages start falling again, then I'm not going to leave that mod active because I don't want to have gifts dropping from the sky all the time. So we'll wait and we'll see how that goes once everything's over with. But at the very least, I should probably be able to turn it on if I want to, you know, string some Christmas lights and whatnot. But yeah, this is it. This is it. It's done. I am so done with this. Just all the walls and all the painting, everything. I mean, absolutely everything is a custom color swatch. So nothing could be set to automatic. Everything that you see painted was painted individually, you know, manually with the color gun. Nothing's automatic. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done with it. All right, we are heading back home. It is not New Year's Eve yet, so I cannot unlock everything in the advent calendar. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going home. I'm ready to do the outro. So we're gonna do the outro, and then I'm gonna come back on New Year's Eve, and I'm gonna record opening the advent calendar, and then I'll just slide that in there, probably before the outro. So I'm heading home. Catch you guys back at the house. All right, we're back at base. Before I go to the house, I know we said we're gonna do our outro next. I realized while I was driving back that I had not shown you guys something. And this seems like as good a place as any to do it. Let's put on our jetpack. The snowballs. Snowballs are a thing. And these snowballs are... Where are we at? They are a replacement for the obelisks.
You are so lucky that you found this most valuable artifact.
So we can throw snowballs at stuff that we want to, you know, covered in snow. By covered in snow, I mean blow up. It was great that it puts snow all over the place. These are awesome. I wanted to show that here because I didn't want to accidentally blow up one of our trees. So I figured we'll just stop off right here and take out some of these annoying guys.
Picking up multiple Ficsit personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late. Comply. Breaking news from Earth. Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President.
Oh, that package. That package was a jetpack. It wasn't gifts, it was a jetpack. Nice. All right. Woo. Oh, that's great. Love it. All right, to the house.
Comply.
All right, here we are back at home. And let's insert the opening of the advent calendar right here. All right, the remaining advent calendar, real quick like. Let's go. Last one we did was 13, so 14. Tree branches. 15. Superposition oscillator, nice. That's probably necessary for unlocking some crash sites. 16. Some more bows. 17. Quantum computers, nice. That is definitely used for opening up a crash site. And let me go empty my inventory a bit. All right, we got some space now. So let's move on to 18. Some more gifts. That was 19. Look at that. That looked like an 18 before I clicked on it. That's all right. 18's over here. An inhaler. We have 19 already, so 20. Ooh, we like coupons. 21. Some more decorations. 22's up here on the collar. Candy canes. The rest of them are on presents. 23. Some more snowballs. 24. Finger gun emote. Nice. And 25. Wow, that's a big one. Equipment, fireworks. Ooh, nice. And that is the full calendar. The firework go. We're going to have to look into that. All right, let's crafted a few of these up real quick like. Let's see here. Is it a hand item? No. Oh, Novelist. Oh. Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna have to make a bunch of these off camera. Oh man. All right. Well, oh my goodness. Check that out. All right. Well, back to the outro. All right. That was probably a great clip. I imagine that I had to montage it pretty fast because, you know, time. But that's going to wrap it for Ficsmas, and it's going to wrap it for 2022. So I hope that everybody had a safe New Year's Eve and has a great New Year's. I'm going to probably take next week off, so don't expect a video next week. Maybe I'll take 2 weeks off. You know, we are 50 episodes into this series at this point, and we have some very heavy projects ahead of us. Things like, you know, turbo motors and whatnot. So, you know, it'd be kind of nice to take a little bit of a break at the beginning of the year before ramping up and doing what will inevitably be multi-part episodes to get these projects knocked out. And yeah, I just need a little bit of a break, you know, recharge a little bit and get back at it. I probably will still be live streaming other games and whatnot, so definitely keep an eye on the channel. Be sure to come and hang out. Let me know how things are going. You know, it's always great to hear from you guys. Hit the comments section. You know the spiel. Definitely leave a like if you enjoyed this, and if you enjoyed the little mini series, and if you're enjoying the series in general, be sure to subscribe. But I look forward to seeing you guys again in a week or two, or once we pick back up. But thanks so very much for coming out. Thanks for hanging out with me in 2022. I look forward to seeing you guys throughout the next year.